You have to beware of people who use triangulation in their day-to-day life to gain control and momentum in their social dynamics. Once you figure that out, you need to leave, or else you're gonna die or end up in jail. Welcome back to Cleopatra, where we talk about everything pretty girl logic. When it comes to triangulation, most people want to be the focal point of that triangle, because if you're not the focal point of that triangle, there is a high chance you are going to wind up dead or in jail unless you choose to leave. Many people use this as a tool to control and manipulate people in their lives, particularly women. I've seen that tactic be used by men on women. A man is going to plant seeds onto another woman about how you and him are very close or you do things together. Mind you, you do not know this guy. You don't even talk to him like that. You don't even see him like that. But to this other woman, she is being given a skewed perception, a skewed story as to how you relate with this man. Another example is your parents. Perhaps you are the one sibling that gets the attention from your parents, and the other sibling never seems to get approval from your parents. Triangulation, they make you feel like you're better than your sibling. Hence, you and your sibling have friction in your relationship, or even vice versa, where you never get the approval of your parent, but somehow the other child, who is aka the golden child, gets your parents' approval and attention more than you. It happens. Triangulation doesn't just happen in romantic situations, it happens in more dynamics and relationships than you realize. Even at the workplace, you work as a team, there is a possibility of triangulation, especially if they are favorites or the company culture is a bit toxic. There's going to be triangulation. You need to choose your battle. And the best way to win a triangulation is by leaving. You don't participate, you don't compete. You need to have high self-esteem to actually be capable of leaving. Because once you entertain that, you are not coming out of it. You're going to suffer. Because this person is feeding the other person information about you that could be false. But you have to pick your battles wisely. We've seen movies about love triangles. That is also a form of triangulation. You think it's cute, you think it's entertainment, but you have to realize anyone who puts you in a love triangle doesn't love you. They love themselves. A man having two women fighting for him means that he loves himself more than he loves any of the two women. A man who truly loves you will never, ever entertain the idea of another woman coming in between the two of you. A parent who cherishes you is not going to pit you against your sibling. A boss who actually values you is not going to pit you against a fellow colleague that you're supposed to be in good terms with to get the job done. Okay? Whenever you see these triangles forming, you have to ask yourself, why is this person creating a triangle? You have to find the focal point. The key is in the focal point. You have to find out who the hell is controlling and forming these triangles. Because people do that for entertainment, and entertainment is something people seek because people are bored. They are bored out of their minds, and human beings are very entertaining to watch. Other than animals on Nat Geo, trust believe, watching people is so entertaining, and get that from someone who used to be a people watcher. I still am a people watcher, and I look at people. I go to a place, a mall, a park, and I sit down and just watch people, and it's so easy to read the dynamics. You see that, oh my god, those two are having a fight. There must be a couple of siblings, maybe. And then you just watch the body language. It's so fun. But it's not fun when you're an active participant in those toxic triangles. It's not. People who create triangles more often than not have low self-esteem as well. And it's because they have not really experienced the life of being important. They're not used to being important. They're not used to being the main character. So much so that they're willing to create a love triangle to at least have a moment where they feel seen, they feel desired, wanted, or important. You do not get cookies for creating love triangles. It's quite pathetic, in my opinion. Anyone who creates a love triangle or any kind of a triangle is a pathetic person. In my eyes, I am sorry, not sorry. Because I know the psychology of someone who has created triangles, and I'm speaking as someone who used to create triangles in my younger years before I matured and realized, shit, this is entertaining for me, but it's not fun being in that same spot. And I won't lie, it kind of took me being in their shoes, in the shoes of triangulation, to actually understand how messed up that dynamic is. And I'm speaking from a point of experience and from a point of creating these triangles myself. That was very pathetic. And I will say that was the one good time when I had my self-esteem in the pits. I was still growing up. I was still a teenager. But you have to realize that that is okay. That is normal in teenagehood because people are figuring themselves out. They're adolescents. There's so much hormonal stuff going on. There's attraction everywhere. Feelings are over the top. They're everywhere. But doing that as an adult, now that comes off as very, very narcissistic, because who do you think you are to create triangles and make yourself the focal point? Are you trying to get someone killed? In teenagehood, it's okay because we have parents guiding us. We have mentors, we have teachers. But when it comes to the adult world, you have to realize that not everyone is going to listen to guidance, because in their mind, they are freaking adults. Who are you to tell them what to do? And that's a valid question, because who really are you to tell them? A triangulation is not a sign of respect. It's a very, very distinct sign of disrespect. A jealous man is going to make sure that you and a fellow woman are triangulated against each other, pitting beautiful women against one another. Because who would not get an ego boost from watching two women fighting over him? Heck, I would see two attractive men fighting over me and I would get concerned, because why the fuck are you fighting over me? I am flattered that both of you find me attractive, but when it gets to a point where it gets physical and emotional and irrational, now we have a problem, because I do not want anyone's blood in my hands. I do not want to be the reason why someone landed in jail. I'm sorry, I walk around with a conscience. I like sleeping well at night, knowing that I have done right by me and right by the people around me. I love peace of mind. That is something I will cherish days and days beyond days. So when it comes to men, this is something I've experienced when I was in university, and this led to a whole situation where I was almost introduced to a humiliation ritual. This guy found out that his friend had a crush on me, and this guy was not really in love with me, but he also had a crush on me. But his friend was my type. But this guy was not my type like that. And he chose to pursue me and feed me information about this other guy that I did not like. And I ended up finding out that I was being played. Actually, we found out that we were being played by this one guy. And by the time that happened, I had lost my chance with the guy I liked, and he lost his chance with me because we never had an opportunity to explore the feelings we had for one another. And on top of that, when he found out that I moved on and got another guy to be my boyfriend, OMG, he also went ahead and created a fake girlfriend for himself, who was supposed to text me and tell me to stay away from her man. Who is this this jealous motherfucking guy? Yeah? It pisses me off to remember this story because I know how much damage it did to me. I was crying myself to sleep, because he also turned my whole friend group against me. Can you imagine people choosing to not speak to you simply because someone has told them information about you and you don't even know what's going on and no one is willing to talk to you? It's crazy, especially your first year of university. That's like high school 2.0. You're figuring life out now. You don't have the principal, you don't have teachers. You're figuring life out with fellow adults, and now you're wondering, what the hell do these people know about me? Triangulation doesn't always just work between two people. It can work in a crowd. Yeah? In a crowd, there are little triangles being formed. And one person can actually go around making those little triangles. It's like a virus. So this guy realized that he couldn't just destroy my love life. He went ahead and destroyed my social life, my social standing, and went ahead and ran a smear campaign against me. And on top of that, he turned my friends against me. Obviously, some friends came about and apologized once they found out the truth. But then I did not take them back because F you, what the fuck? You believe a man over me? And the thing that they had been told was so petty. I was like, who the fuck are you to be mad at me for that? Like, you're not even part of it. Like, why would you be mad? That's a story for another day. But I cut off everyone in that friend group that decided to believe him over me because they knew he was a shady little piece of shit. They had told me he was a shady little piece of shit, but they believed him when he came about spreading rumors about me. And now he was triangulating me against the whole group. It also works with crowds. You can have someone triangulating you and a crowd. It happens. You have to keep your eyes open. Anyone who puts you in a situation where you are dealing with triangulation doesn't love you, they don't respect you, and you need to walk away. Because the more we grow, the more you start to realize that some people have never grown past a certain age. And as you grow, your insecurities tend to amplify because you're dealing with emotionally stable people, you're dealing with people who have expectations, people who have responsibilities, we have financial pressure, we have social pressure, we have pressure from all corners. You're going to crack, and someone is going to show their true colors, which you may not like. You have to get yourself out of that situation because triangulation is a form of social manipulation. Take it from me. You do not want to entertain that. We have watched it in the media and we find it cute. We find it, oh, it's okay. She was just jealous. But when you actually experience this shit in real life, you start to realize, heck, this person wants me dead. This person is sabotaging my career. And sometimes you will have someone take you steps back such that it will take you a whole lifetime to catch up. You're going to have someone drag you behind so bad that by the time you actually catch up with your path, it's almost too late. You feel like it's too late because you know you were supposed to be there beforehand, but somehow this person dragged you behind. They made you late to your destiny. You have someone who is triangulating you so hard, they put a baby in you, and now suddenly you're trapped with them for life. It happens. There's so many ways it can happen, and you need to beware. You need to keep your eyes open. Right now, it's festive season. You're going back home. You're going to spend time with your family, your friends, your childhood friends, and all that good stuff. Beware, keep your eyes open. Make sure that no one is running game on you because most people do not really acknowledge that you are grown. You're not the same person they left years ago. You're not the same person they met last year. That you're growing and you are maturing and you're becoming your own person. Some people make assumptions about you and they assume that you're still the same person from last year. They forget that you may have grown. You have this ability to be discerning. You have the ability to say no, and you have to stop them dead in their tracks and let them know that you're not the same person and you're not going to entertain the same bullshit because we are growing towards being better women. We are growing towards having healthy self-esteem. We are growing towards being beautiful inside and out because you might be pretty, but the jealousy that people stir in you might make you age real quick. Trust, believe, negative emotions make you age faster than anything else you'd want to encounter in your life. So, this festive season, stay hot, stay fabulous, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year in advance, and stay Cleopatra, okay? Bye.